So last week we talked about the protagonist, we talked about the deuteragonist, and we promised to talk a little bit about the antagonist. If you missed that one, go back and watch it first. It's okay. I'll wait. Back? Great. Okay, so if you recall, the protagonist is the main character in the story, not necessarily the good guy, and the antagonist is a character or a force that's working in opposition to the protagonist. Sometimes that relationship is easy to find. Superman is a protagonist, Lex Luthor is an antagonist. Captain Kirk is a protagonist, Khan is an antagonist. Charlie Brown is a protagonist, the kite-eating tree is the antagonist. But that relationship does not necessarily mean that anybody's evil. If you watch a lot of sitcoms, for instance, the conflict often comes about because somebody is trying to keep a secret from somebody else, or there's some sort of a misunderstanding. Maybe it's an episode where the kids are trying to do something behind their parents' back, which automatically places the parents into the antagonist role, even though all they're doing is trying to keep their kids from destroying themselves. In a serialized story like a TV show, that antagonist ball can bounce from one character to another, depending on the episode. But to return to the question we ended on last time, is it possible to tell a story with no antagonist whatsoever? Now that kind of depends on what you consider to be an antagonist. A traditional antagonist is a character that works against the other characters, but does it have to be? Look at any Winnie the Pooh story. Very few of them have actual traditional antagonists. They live in a world that's pretty much absent of danger and where the conflict is very, very low key. For example, the story where Winnie the Pooh gets stuck in Rabbit's rabbit hole, there's not any person working against him. If there's any antagonist, it's just Pooh's appetite. Does that count? Then there's one of my favorite books and movies, The Martian. Mark Watney, played by Matt Damon in the movie, is an astronaut who gets stranded on Mars when the rest of his crew escapes, thinking that he died in the middle of a storm. It's a wonderful, positive, and affirming story. Literally everybody on Earth works together to try to bring him home. The danger is caused by an unforgiving Martian landscape. If there's any antagonist, it's the planet Mars. Kind of like the movie The Perfect Storm about a fishing boat that gets caught in a catastrophic weather system. Does nature count as an antagonist? The Artifice Girl from 2002, written and directed by Franklin Rich. This is a sci-fi movie about somebody who develops an artificial intelligence that he uses to try to track down and capture child predators online. Don't worry, the movie doesn't show anything graphic or disturbing. But every character that appears in this film has the same goal. They all want to protect children. The conflict comes because they disagree on exactly how to use this AI, played amazingly by Tatum Matthews, to accomplish what is inherently a noble goal. How can you call any of them an antagonist? Is there one? By the way, you've probably never seen that movie, and you totally should. It's on Hoopla right now. A lot of comedies don't have any sort of traditional antagonist. Father of the Bride, both the original and the remake, is about a father who is struggling to deal with the fact that his daughter is an adult. The struggle is 100% internal, but the character of George Banks externalizes that conflict in various amusing ways. Can a character be his own antagonist? Or the classic Bill Murray movie Groundhog's Day. I know you've seen it. Phil Connors is stuck in a time loop, living the same day over and over again until he becomes a better person. Or the classic Bill Murray comedy Groundhog's Day. I know you've seen it. Phil Connors is stuck in a time loop, doing the same thing over and over again until he becomes a better person. Or the Bill Murray classic Groundhog's Day. I know you've seen it. Phil Connors is stuck. Harold Ramis, who wrote the script, never made any effort to explain what caused the time loop. God, the universe, Chuck Norris? We don't know. We don't know, and it doesn't really matter. Phil Connors' character development happens entirely inside that little bottle of the town of Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania, inside the even littler bottle of the day of February 2nd. Would the movie be better if we saw some sort of evil wizard trying to pull Phil's strings? I don't think so. The Big Sick. A man is forced to bond with his girlfriend's parents after a mysterious illness puts her into a coma. Arthur Christmas. Santa Claus's son undergoes a last-second mission to deliver a toy that got missed on Christmas Eve. A Goofy movie. Goofy just wants to take his son on vacation, and his son would rather not. You could make the argument that fate or nature or circumstances are the antagonists in all of these stories, but none of them have what we would call a traditional antagonist. But here's the thing. All of these stories that I mentioned, in my opinion at least, they're all really good. I'm not saying that writing a story with no antagonist is a one-way ticket to success. I'm just saying that if you don't have a traditional antagonist, it kind of forces the writer to up their game and find different, more creative ways to create conflict for their protagonist. And when they do it well, they do it really well. So, Eddie, do you enjoy talking about character tropes?
Yeah.
Yeah, we should do it more often. Now, this book does have an antagonist. See if you can figure out who it is. If you do, you'll win my respect.